I need you to call me. Shagun just made a really, 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 really important point. Religious establishments, institutions, so church, mosque, Buddha, I don't care. Right. Even the Isheshe.
Correct.
Do you have such things as civic education, civic groups, as your pastor created one, as your imam created one, or you can correct me if I'm wrong, often what I see is that we only see the pastors and the imams during election period again. And what is that telling us? What is that telling us? Why are they not educating? Which I think is what Shegun was saying, like educate your congregation throughout the 4 years. Don't wait till year of election before you start empowering them with knowledge. So call me. We don't have much time before the break, but you must call me. I want to know if there is one in your church and how you have found it. 0201 277 0993, 0201 465 7190, or send me a WhatsApp on 0809 5975 805. See, of all the things you've talked about, the one that I think is perhaps most challenging is the recall.
Yes.
No Nigerian senator, House of Rep, governor, none has ever been recalled through the recall process in INEC, because it's a very complicated process. We saw what happened with recently with Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan. We saw the same. There was a recall for Dino Melaye. Both of them were not successful.
Correct.
Because of the, I think, not just even the complication, but the laborious nature of it. You've got to go there. You've got to identify a simple percentage of a certain percentage of those who sign the form and confirm that they exist, and then there has to be a ballot. You have to get everybody out. You have to, it's a bit like a reverse election. Right. Correct. I have a minute before I go to break.
All right.
So
let me just answer that quickly.
Yeah.
So the short answer, like I said, is a bit simple. Those two recalls, and most of the ones people try, are for senators and governors and things like that. And the scale of that is just bigger. So if you keep it simple to your local councillor, the numbers are smaller that you have to marshal, and your local House of Rep or State House of Rep and Federal House of Rep members. That's why I actually specified those. And it's simple from there. It's just following the process through. It's actually not a complicated process. It's just that it's usually driven by partisan interests. So as much as you're trying to mobilize people to do this, others are countering your mobilization. So there are efforts to frustrate your effort. But if everybody has a consensus that it's not, we want to, even just starting the process gets, even with Natasha or Dino, you saw how much publicity was generated by that. It gets their attention. And the more you start to build the numbers in the recall numbers, the more effective you get.
We'll be right back after this.
To this.
Look, ladies and gentlemen, it goes without saying that every day is a day to win. Yes, every day you can possibly call yourself a winner. Why? Well, it is because over 200,000 naira is being given away on Nigeria Info every day. All you have to do is go to the website at www.oneplay.ng or dial the code *347 *880 *3#. Now, dialing that code from your phone will cost you 500 naira, and of course, clicking on the Nigeria Info button when you get to the website at www.oneplay.ng will cost you 500 naira. Yes, you can play as many times as possible. You can play as many times as 10. You can play as little as once. The more you play, the better your chances of winning every day on every show. Literally every show. Yes, I'm talking about Morning Crossfire, What's Up Lagos, Game On weekdays, and of course Football Frenzy on weekends. But that is not all. Every Friday there will be another 500k jackpot, all for you to win. And to qualify for that, all you have to do is make sure you had played the game throughout the week. Yes, dialing *347 *880 *3# will literally qualify you for 2 opportunities at cracking this code. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you are doing the thing. Go to the website at www.oneplay.ng or dial the code *347 *880 #3#. Make sure you're above the age of 18 while playing and play responsibly, as in play with only what you can afford to part with. One Play is a registered trademark under Lasher Trading Services Limited, licensed by the Lagos State Lotteries and Gaming Commission. Make sure you are playing and make sure you are winning. And when you win, send your tithe.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
Your number one station for talk. Let's talk. Let's talk. This is Danfo Conversations with Ireti Bakare.
Welcome back to Danfo Conversations. The name is Ireti Bakare-Yusuf. I hate it when they play that strap. That is the name. Can we please pronounce all of it? And if you can't, call me Sissy Oge. It works. Or call me Sissy. Just don't call me auntie or mommy. I have one child and I know all my nieces and nephews. Right. And I am still Sissy. So, the other topic we're going to be adding is your thoughts on ADC. What are your thoughts on the new collabo called ADC? Whilst I'm having the conversation with Shegun, and they are kind of parallel, the number to call is 0201-277-0993, 0201-4657-190, and you can send a WhatsApp on 0809-597-5805. What do you make of the ADC? You have to keep remembering, is ADC, not APC, because I know you people like to call about APC and PDP. Chaka, chaka, chaka. The calls are coming in.
Okay.
Hello. Hello.
Hello, Sister. Good afternoon, Mom.
Hello, Mrs. Oboli. How are you?
I'm good. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Yes, go ahead.
First of all, let me tell Mr. Shegun, thank you for coming to give an enlightenment to women on the show today. At least I can say he's a he for a she today.
Yes, he's definitely he for she. Yes.
Yeah. Your dad gave birth to a lion. God bless you, sir.
Well, thank you very much.
So my question to him this afternoon is this. First, Mr. Shegun, do you think women are given the same level playing field as their male counterparts in the society? Or you feel it's a man's world and the men are the winners and they should claim it all? That's number one. Number two, what's your take on the high rate of femicide prevalent amongst us? I mean, you can see what is happening and the way they handle these issues. And lastly, this Senator Natasha case with Akpabio.
Yes.
Exactly. With Akpabio. What is your take on it? I think I've asked a 3-in-1 question. And Cecilia, you said, what's our take on ADC? So before I drop, let me just give my take on ADC briefly. Cecilia, there's this Yoruba proverb that will say, we're laughing, we're Exactly.
Itori were talashani were nule.
Exactly, ma. So we won't wait for a saint that will fall or be imported to this country to come and liberate Nigerians. As much as I don't really buy into the idea of the caliber of people I'm seeing in ADC, to me, ADC is our local Democratic Congress. I think, yes, Emiloko has done his work.
Our local Democrats, look, they're going to love that. They are going to love that. Mrs. Opoli, please, can everybody make sure you actually credit Mrs. Opoli for that? Go ahead.
Mrs. Opoli,
live and direct, Lati Korodu. Go ahead.
Ma. I strongly feel that in the light of events of things, if they can place personal interest aside and work in unity for the common good of the average Nigerian, put their own vendetta aside and say, okay, this is what we want to do.
So you don't think that their egos, because we know it's like a pack of egos, like you've literally squashed so many egos together, you don't think their egos will come in the way at some point later?
I strongly, that's why I said, because they are all an egoistic pack, that's why I said, if only they can set their ego, their pride, their every other thing aside and think of the common good. Okay? Because you and I now, they won't give us a level playing field to come and do anything. Even if we
they
come
dare
out.
not.
Whatever structure. So I want to instructor here. Let us see what they can do.
Okay.
Before we start separating the wheat from the chaff.
Okay.
Sorry, let them dance. When they dance, we will not be able to see. With time, we'll see the wheat from the chaff and see the one that has integrity amongst them. All
Thank
of
you.
us can't say we are saints one way or the other.
Thank you.
But whatever gives my own. See, do you know what Tinubu did to get into power? He built people,
Yeah.
and I also build. They are ready to die for him. These people, who have they built? So who is willing to say, okay, let me sacrifice my own so that you can come in, and then I leverage on that?
Okay.
If they can do that, to say, okay, this coalition will be the best thing that will happen to Nigeria. Forget
you.
the bad eggs.
Thank
With
you.
time, we'll get there. With time, we'll get there.
Thank you so much. Thanks, Mrs. Oboli. Thank you for opening. Love you more. Mwah. Thank you. So, Shags, there's a lot for you to respond to
Right.
there. So she talked about femicide. She talked about the way women. Do you think women have been given their space in the society?
Right.
You know. Yeah.
And then the ADC and
the
the
ADC.
APC thing. I think I'm going to group it somewhat all together with this response that my primary, concern with her take on things is she cedes too much power to the politicians. Like,
Right.
let's see what they're doing. We hope this one does this. We hope we get a Messiah. I think Nigerians really need to stop that. They own the power. They can determine the outcome of the quality of government they actually get. For instance, there's a constitutional amendment process going on now.
Correct.
Get involved. Understand the issues. For instance, there are three things I think that can end corruption in Nigeria. It looks dramatic, right? Simple things. And cleanse our politics. Imagine if we had a constitutional provision that says no president, governor, or local government chairman can award any contract or all block or anything. It must always be done by a tenders board in which the governor or president can only say no to. He can't say yes. And he can only maybe appoint 2 out of the 5 members, and the others are rotating.
We have that,
Yes,
but they still break
it's not
it.
enforced. In terms of what you have is they usually
We have the Public Procurement Act.
you usually have the executive influence that body. So you want to have it with proper guardrails so that if you're going to be president or governor, you really just want to serve with the ideas and leave it to others to determine which companies get the contract. That would cleanse our politics and the incentive there for corruption. One. Secondly, the same way we get our alerts on all our bank statements, I don't see any reason why every bank account, every government account should not be publicly displayed in real time, showing every credit and debit.
They are supposed to, and that's why budget can always say, budget. They
do it
always say
wholesale.
they do a wholesale thing. Well, they can take, but I mean, I agree with what you're saying. What you're saying is the government spends is supposed to be transparent.
Correct.
We should be able to go to a portal and say, right, this was the budget. They had a 100K budget for this. They spent this. This is remaining. Where have they put the remaining?
Even
or
more-
they've gone over budget.
I'm actually saying something given this is 2025.
Absolutely.
With the technology now, it should be in real time. They bought a pencil, let's see that debit. Just the same way your bank account said, there must be a narrative there. We took 200 naira for pencil. Once they're forced, they say sunlight is the biggest disinfectant. Don't let them group it up under this was spent on security, this was spent on education. No, very detailed. We bought 10 pencils for 10 kobo, and this is the person we paid, and that's a lot. Anyone who cares can go look at it.
Yeah.
That level of transparency, there's no reason why we can't have that today, the same way we have on our accounts. So when you start doing things when you have things like that in place, and like I said, this constitutional amendment opportunity people should seize it for ideas like that, together with whether it's restructuring you want or state police. But when you do that, the personnel, whether it's APC or ADC, begin to matter less. It now becomes a case of just who you favor, either in terms of the personality or things like that. The things most countries have is they have a baseline under which government operates that kind of guarantees and assures a level of performance. And we don't do that. We come and cede so much and just hope. If the citizens don't, like I said, politicians respond to stimuli. If the citizens don't give that pressure, which now ties into her other question about are women not sidelined? Of course women are. Because like I said, women have ceded the space. No one is giving anything I mean, some people can do that in their enlightened self-interest to garner fame or support, but it's usually based on pressure.
Power is taken, not given.
No, yeah, and
Thank
people,
you.
yeah, people respond to pressure.
Okay. Hello.
Hello. Yeah, this is okay.
Good
afternoon to you. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Titlok, how are you?
I'm fine. I'm fine with the coalition. I think I'm better.
Oh, tell me. Woohoo.
No, number one, I like what the guest said there, and I'm going to add mine to his.
Mm-hmm.
You see, without any opposition, what they're going to have is dictatorship, and that is what we have seen in the last 2 years.
Mm.
And the effort of the incumbent to suppressing any dissenting opinion or dissenting group is not democratic. And for the fact that these people have been able to come together, even though they have their blemishes, it's still welcome, because at least with that, they're able to pose some opposition to these people. Right now, you can see that they already panic. You can see the kind of reactions they have, and they know that.
No, sorry, who is there now? The kind of reactions who has?
The ruling people.
Okay, APC. Right, yeah,
They
yeah.
are panic already because they know it's never going to be business as usual as any longer. You understand?
Yeah.
So, but for me, there's no virgin in the labor room. These people have their own blemishes. That's true. But out of them, I still see Peter Obi as a man with that, a man with that character that can actually shape things for better. And if they stick to his suggestion that he should be given 4 years, no problem. Look at what is happening in Ghana today. The president of Ghana is just there for about 4-5 months. Look at the change that they have had in their currency. Almost 50% of the currency that they have gained 50% appreciation in just 4 months. That's because he knows what he's doing. He's so dedicated. He's not a loose president like we have seen in some African countries, including Nigeria. Look at your president today. In St. Lucia, 180,000 people, 800 square kilometers. The place that is as less than Adekunle. You see your president going there wasting money and doing all sorts of things. Is that what Africa should be doing right now? Nigeria is supposed to be the shining light of Africa. And somebody said he builds people. He don't build people. What he has done is he has built morons. He has built intellectually dead people. He has built hooligans, agberos. That is not building people. If you want to build people, you give people education, you give people economic emancipation, you give people the ability to think on their own without being subservient to anybody who is going to just subject them to all kinds of ridiculous things. That is not building people. That is not what I want to eat. And we must reject this kind of nonsense. Power belongs to the people.
Thank you very
much. By the time people get more hungry, they will know that they need to take their destiny in their hands.
So you're for ADC. Thank you very much, Titlok. I have a message here that I must read out. Yes, before I answer your call, keep calling. 0201-277-0993, 0201 4657190. Market women, where are all the women? Well, okay, fine. Right now we have kind of 50-50, one male, one female. Right, a message from a male. He says, good afternoon, Ireti Bakare-Yusuf. Don't you dare call me Ireti Bakare. I keep telling you people, what's wrong with you? That's laziness. Don't be APC. Sorry, I didn't say that. Right, says here, I find the recent collaboration within the ADC coalition in Nigeria to be compelling and potentially transformative development in the nation's political landscape, reflecting not only a strategic convergence of progressive minds and interests, but also a renewed aspiration towards more inclusive governance and democratic vibrancy. This coalition, in its essence, symbolizes a shared vision that transcends party lines, ideologies, and regional considerations, bringing together a mosaic of leaders, thinkers, and change makers committed to forging a path forward that prioritizes national unity, economic revitalization, and the empowerment of citizens at all levels. While there remains legitimate questions about the execution, sustainability, and genuine commitment among stakeholders, the very act of coalition building in this context offers a glimmer of hope in an era often characterized by political fragmentation and inertia. It is my hope that this collaborative framework framework will not only serve as a vehicle for meaningful and policy innovation and civic engagement, but also become a model for how diverse interests can harmonize for the greater good of Nigeria's future. That is AA from Aso Drive, Abuja. I love, you see, why was I able to read that out, people? He used the commas, capital letters, full stops. It helps. And of course, he sent enough time for me to be able to read it out. If you start sending me long messages when you know this Danfo is about to get to the park, you're on your own. We have calls. Hello.
Chief Ambassador Ireti Bakare.
Chief Mister, how are you?
Fine, man.
Excellent. Talk to me.
Chief Adevan George Jr. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Thank you very much. Chief Ambassador, you know what was going through my mind when I was hearing him speaking?
Tell us.
If wishes were horses.
Mm.
I said, Chief
Beggars
Adebanjo
would
Jr.
fly. Yeah, go on.
was the Senate president. With what he's explaining to us today, do you think the women will go through that?
Mm.
Hello?
I'm listening to you. I don't want to interrupt you because of time.
Yoruba will so much you. You know, I would say that double D politics we play in Nigeria will not do us any good.
Mm-hmm.
Dirty and deadly. Look at people like Chief. With the mindset, you see cleanness, you see honesty, you see human being.
Mm-hmm.
Those ones there, although I'm not saying they are not, sure you get my point.
I get your point, Chief Mister.
Yeah. So for the ADC one, the only name I heard about woman is Ireti
Kingibe. Yes, my namesake.
I said, where are all the women?
Mm-hmm.
And one good thing again, thank God, 2 years of this government, we had ADC coming up. But Buhari owned 2 years of Buhari. I call on Nigeria and say, look, why are you people keeping quiet? This is not what this man promised. You people are taking sides that he will not all go well with Nigerians. So please, 8 years down the line. But thank God today, this one just 2 years, right? Then we have ADC. And you hear the same Nigerians, oh, they are criminal-minded people. They are set of a rogue or set of... No. Let's give these people a chance. Like what our friend Madam Oboli said, say we're laughing with
Indeed, I hear you, my love.
You understand what Erufai said now?
Yeah.
They know what the game they play to bring this set of people in. They will play the same game and send them packing. So please, Chief, with time, we'll get somebody like you into the system, but not now, my brother, because the set playing this game now, they are playing double D politics. I don't want you to be part of them now.
Excellent.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chief Mister. Shegun, quickly, if you could say something. The lines are going.
Yes.
I've got messages coming in. What do you have to say?
Like I said, I actually want to advise. I don't want the people getting distracted by honestly what the politicians do, because politicians will come and go. We have things we know matter, like everyone has identified. Education. I mean, what creates money is education. So there should be any division, whether it's APC or ADC or Igbo, Fulani or anything. We should all unite and agree on those things that we agree on and get that done. State police, community police, security. Let's get those things that we have commonality on. Let's get that done. That's really my focus, because we keep waiting for a new messiah, a new round of politicians. That's good. Try and get the best politician in the best position. But you can do more than that. You can at least get some baseline things done if you unite as a people. That's why I think starting with women, who I think can more readily mobilize, and hopefully then that would ginger the men. Like I said, how the About Women gingered the revolution during our independence, leading up to our independence and things like that. And another thing is we need to talk some more among the divide. You know, like I said in another program, in the lead up to our independence, we had a lot of conferences where we worked out things and came about and brought new constitutions. We don't do that anymore. We only talk in silos now, in little groups. The Yorubas talk to Yorubas, Fulani talks to Fulanis. But the people need to talk across and identify those things they agree on, work on it, and then you can park the ones other. That's really what I would have to say. Please take the power yourself and not try and look at the politicians and their masquerade.
Okay. All right. Calls are coming in. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
It's Emmanuel speaking.
Emmanuel, how could I miss your voice? Forgive me. Go ahead.
Yeah. First off, I want the women this time around, to stand up, and should I say face the men? Because when it comes to election, they are the ones you see outside. Sometimes in my environment, on the day of the election, they are the ones who come out, to the megaphones, telling people to go out, to vote. And even on the queue, you count more women, than the men. But when it comes to political appointments and so on, the men tend to just change them. Which is not good for our democracy exposure, and civilization. Then talking about the coalition, I've always been for the coalition, especially between Obi and Atiku, because I know when they come together, they will most likely have gladiators, join them, these elements, from the APC and so on, so that they will be able to hijack power, for now. But my concern is about the deals that will be made. Because politics is give and take. Because today you have Saint John Oyegun in the coalition, you have Saint Tuko Brutai, you have Saint Abubakar Malami, Saint David Mark. All these people have suddenly become hungry people and saints, that are coming to rescue Nigeria.
Yeah, it is curious when you see a David Mark of all people.
Yes, now. Saint Erufai, Saint Amechi.
I mean, as in, like literally.
The kind of deals that will be made, is what might be terrifying. Because these things are not open to the ordinary people. So, but it will be good that if eventually they win, people who will be at the ends of affair should at least take care of the people of Nigeria. Imagine closing border when we are not producing enough food, we are not food sufficient. And then some other many things, like Uncle Jimmy will say.
I need you to wrap up, Emmanuel. Yeah.
Yeah, if you take care of the little things, the bigger things will take care of themselves.
Indeed.
So it is unnecessary that we'll be going through hell, in Nigeria, our country. Thank you and good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you, Shegs. I think a lot of people agree with you. But one of the things that I would like to say, you're right in the sense that power is, the lines are going. Okay, let me answer your calls first. I'll give you priority, peeps. Hello.
Good afternoon, Sisioge.
Good afternoon, sir. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
And good afternoon, Ayo Adiba and George Jr.
Good afternoon.
My name is Terry. I'm calling from Awayaya.
Okay, go ahead, Terry. I'm going to give you 2 minutes. Everybody's calling now. You people always wait, late.
Yes. If you ask me,
I'm asking.
I think we need this electoral coalition.
Okay.
To rattle first and foremost this Tinubu and his APC, who have decided, to treat Nigerians as a conquered people. However, my question is, can a leopard change his sport with all the credibility issues that are surrounding what most of these characters on this coalition boat? That's my question. And maybe what we need is to, first of all, take, this APC out. And then we can go ahead and do the restructuring. And the most importantly, for me, only the Nigerian people can take back their country if they queue behind a credible candidate, even in this coalition vote. Like, for example, a Peter Obi. Out of them all, that's what I can see. The person I can see that is credible. At least the FCC is not after him. He's not been accused openly to my knowledge. And, or any other person that we think is as credible without credibility issues, come 2027. That's my take. Thank you very much, Yoga. I love you.
Thank you. I love you too. Thank you. Right, let me read out your messages. What have I got here? Oh la la, you're throwing messages at me now. Good afternoon. Oh, if you're going to send long message, why are you waiting till this time? Oh, because I read out. You know, I don't read out long messages. Like, we don't have the time, but anyway. Good afternoon. So that Shegun doesn't think, we are all on this Danfo. We are not tolerant. Let me do the tolerant one. Good afternoon, Siseoge. The ADC coalition represents a transformative. It's better not be the same person, no, because Mabinu. No, it's not the same person. Okay. Represents a transformative force in modern democratic governance, uniting diverse forces and progressive minds to shape a more inclusive and accountable political future. Its significance lies in its commitment to innovation, transparency, and people-driven leadership. To truly fulfill this mission, it is imperative to actively include more women and young men who bring fresh digital ideas and technological expertise. These groups are often at the forefront of tech-driven solutions, civic engagement, and digital communication strategies that can modernize governance structures, promote participatory democracy, and bring the gap between leadership and populace in real time. Their inclusion not only empowers underrepresented demographics, but also ensures that the coalition remains dynamic, future-focused, and responsive to the evolving needs of society. From fresh man in Ikeja. Shegun, I know you want to respond to that. Yes. I will come back to you. Let me just read. Good afternoon, Ireti and guest in the studio. I am Chinedu from Aja. My question to the guest is, how can we unite to take the power when outcomes of elections in this country is decided by the elite in Abuja, and they are the ones who have divided the citizens? Write that down. I'll come back to you. Do you need pen and paper? I know they start throwing questions at you. I should have warned you. I'll give you a bit of my paper. Hold on. Before we answer that call, I've got more messages to read. There you go. I'll be coming to your calls. Keep calling. Give me 1 second. Let me read this. Ireti, my name is Wura. No such civic desk in these religious groups. Why do you think they continue abusing the vicinity with noise pollution? This such mobilization can only be developed through education. Simple thing. Did you hear that, Shegun? That's in response to you. Yes. I have here, I wholeheartedly welcome the coalition that has metamorphosed to the ADC as credible and viable opposition to the ruthless and plundering, egotistical APC of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. We needed this coalition yesterday, going by what the government of Tinubu has done to Nigeria and Nigerians of all ages. Those behind this coalition are able and capable to upstage the tyranny and corruption in the country today. You can see how the APC members, both in government and outside of government, are jittery. This is good for Nigeria. It is good for Nigerians. And the last message I'm going to read out. I can't read it out because I've got to go to a break. Ooh, I have 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll be right back.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We'll be right back. This is not just a debate. It's a battle of minds. A clash of brilliance. A war of words. And only one champion. One true champion will rise. The regional champions are ready. The stage is set. The stakes higher than ever before. Catch the I Beg to Differ National Finals live on all Nigeria Info FM and Kids FM stations nationwide. It's intellect, it's passion, it's the future in action. Debate redefined. The IBTD National Tournament begins August 11th, 2025. Only on Nigeria Info FM and Kids FM nationwide. For sponsorship, call 0805-581-5844 or email ibegtodiffer@nigeriainfo.fm. I Beg to Differ, the Tournament of Champions. We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We are back.
We're back. on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Welcome back to Danfo Conversations. Right. We've only got a couple of minutes. So I'm going to give Shegun a chance to respond. And then, if possible, I will read out your message.
Okay. Well, take the ADC coalition first. To me, personally, I think that coalition only makes sense if it's set up to place Peter Obi as its candidate. Other than that, I think there's the risk that the cast of characters are really just going to stain Peter Obi's white. That's my concern. That's the first one. In terms of them dividing us, I think that's a very important thing that I want us to all think about. I think it's because of the way the world has come to with AI and technology and knowledge-based economy. We need to re-examine the things that have divided us, because I think some of them are just habits. They don't apply anymore. If you even think about the reasons why we contested, either it was at independence, what do the Fulanis want? What do the Igbos want? What do the Yorubas want? The landscape has really changed. For instance, if you even talk about like herdsmen and things like that, land is no more as critical to have to come from your people. I can go to Onitsha today and buy land and do whatever I want to do as Yoruba. You can be Fulani and go anywhere. So you don't need that violence to acquire land anywhere anymore. Secondly, the things that we used to fight about for political power, that's not where, that is what is killing our country, because we've only looked at political office as a business. It's the basket from which people make money. And now it's killing all of us because that pie is shrinking. So now we know that the real, NVIDIA is worth about 10 times the value of the whole of Nigeria. It's one company driven by intellectual property. There's mental capacity. And we know we're 200 million Nigerians. Imagine if we invest in our own mental capacity, the amount of value we can extract from that. That would be more than enough. My bottom line is there is more than enough for all of us if we just reorganize ourselves and make sure that we produce optimally, primarily invest in education. And for that, I think the best news coming out of Nigeria today, take a look at Enugu State. They are doing fantastic things with education. And I think that should be a model for all the other governors.
Everybody else. Okay. I'll pick up your call. You can be quick. You have to be below 1 minute. Hello.
Good afternoon, Sisiobe.
Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from, sir?
My name is Robert. I'm calling from Apapa.
Robert, you have like 40 seconds. Go on quickly.
Okay, I think one of your callers said Tinubu built some people. I want those people to vote for him. If they are not feeling the heat, those people should vote for him in 2027. And for the coalition, yes, Wike cannot be the owner of PDP. He should have the right to contest for any post he deserves. You understand? Thank God for the coalition. Let Wike go and hold the PDP. It belongs to him now. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. God bless you. Right. Wike should go and hold PDP and carry it on his. I don't understand. Why is everybody not mourning the possible death of PDP? I think I like vintage. I don't know why. I've really missed. I'm gonna. Anyway, Chife is here to come and give us the news headlines. Right back.
Online and on demand.
Statistics proves and shows to us that there are more men in Nigeria than women.
Look at your constitution here. It says that every man is presumed innocent. Even if you are caught red-handed, you are presumed innocent. But for the policeman, they will invite you before they investigate you. And the moment you are invited, you are a suspect and accused.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
It's 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock.
Hello Lagos, this is 99.3 Nigeria Info. I am Buluwati Fejagade with the headline news. Lagos State Attorney General Lawal Pedro says Nigeria's justice system lacks control due to a centralized police structure. The Lagos State House of Assembly is working on a bill to establish a modern correctional service center to reduce overcrowding in federal facilities across the state. The Lagos State government has sealed off the Purple Mall in Lekki after a tragic incident at its parking lot led to the death of a young man. A building collapsed on Sasi Lane off Adeni Jiadele Road, Isaleko area in the early hours of Thursday. Governor of Lagos State, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, described the passing of Nigerian goalkeeper Peter Rufai as a great loss to Nigeria, especially to football fans. Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar says he is deeply saddened by the death of legendary Super Eagles goalkeeper Peter Rufai, fondly known as Dodo Mayana. And the Nigeria Football Federation says it is mourning the passing of legendary Super Eagles goalkeeper Peter Rufai. Ex-Super Eagles midfielder Mutiu Adikboju had described Rufai's death as a painful loss, saying he was one of the longest-serving goalkeepers in the Super Eagles. ADC's 2023 presidential candidate Dumebi Kachiku has criticized opposition leaders Atiku Abubakar and David Mark for declaring themselves the party's new leaders. FCT Minister Nyesom Wike has taken a swipe at the newly formed opposition coalition, accusing its leaders of using Nigerians for personal political gains. The Labour Party faction loyal to Julius Abure has given Peter Obi a 48-hour ultimatum to quit the party. The acting national chairman of the Labour Party, Senator Nenadi Usman, says the party fully supports Peter Obi's decision to join a new opposition coalition ahead of the 2027 elections. And Nigeria's Minister of Art, Culture, Tourism and the Creative Economy, Hanatu Musawa, says the new MOU with St. Lucia marks the beginning of a stronger Africa-Caribbean relationship. And on the foreign scene, Ukrainian officials say thick, acrid smoke covered the skies of Kyiv on Friday morning after a heavy night of Russian attacks that hit nearly every part of the city. And finally, in sports, a wake for Diogo Jota and his brother will be held on Friday afternoon ahead of their funeral on Saturday in Porto, Portugal. And that's all for the news at this time. There is more to come in an hour. Thanks for staying with us. I am Boluwatife. Check out the Danfo Conversations with Ireti Bakare-Yusuf continues.
Join the conversation no matter where you are. Download our mobile app by searching Nigeria Info FM on the Google Play Store and the Apple App Store. Also, get news updates in sports, entertainment, news, and current affairs right on the app. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
Welcome back to Danfo Conversations. Let me read out your messages very quickly. Right. Dear Cecilge, good day, Cecilge. We need a critical mass of our people to think differently if things are going to change. No one with the typical Nigerian black man's mindset can change anything. We need people who are not short-sighted, selfish, greedy, or tribalistic to change things. If our mentality doesn't change, it doesn't matter what advanced systems we adopt. Nothing will work. This is the same country where people steal metallic parts of public infrastructure, like bridges. Is that just poverty talking? Thank you. He said no. Good afternoon, Sisi. I think Adeshina and Ngozi, that's Okonjo-Iweala, is a better candidate to Peter Obi, or I would rather stick to Tinubu. This is from Omenka John from Ikoyi. I support the ADC because we don't have all the people. Because we don't have all the people involved doing politicking. We will also have someone like Peter Obi who will be for governance, which APC lacks. And for women, we are not ready. Just seeing that the women senators did not support Natasha, and also seeing what these women senators did to Natasha, and also what some women did dancing in support of Akpabio. When you even come out, it is still the same women that will abuse you as a wayward that do not respect men. So it all starts with mothers training their girls to stand up, to stand on their own and know what they want. That's from Joy in Abule Egba. I was wondering, good afternoon, Joy. I was wondering where you were, Joy, and I think I have read your messages. So, Shegun, one of the other things you wanted to talk about was the financial education.
Correct.
Tell us.
Well, I think another thing that it's very important for people to be sensitized about is that every time there's a depreciation of the naira, and most of the inflation that we have in Nigeria is actually theft of the citizens, out of the citizens' actual pocket. After the funds from our Commonwealth has been stolen or mismanaged, in many cases living off with debts we can't pay back. One thing I think people don't understand between the correlation between how government policies work in terms of when they print money and depreciate the currency is that they actually steal your money. And I wonder if I have some time to explain this.
Well, you have 2 minutes.
Okay.
Because the lines are going and we're literally at the end of the show.
I think I'll give a good example of
Nigeria is like a baby. With your mic closer.
Nigeria's economy was like a baby in which during the Buhari era, the government's the nurse. They had the baby sleeping on its stomach. So it was suffocating with policies like subsidy and the multiple exchange rate regime. What Tinubu did when he came in was turn the baby upside down. And that was pretty much the economic policy, just doing the right thing. However, they're not providing the baby with the right nutrients to make the baby grow.
Okay.
What they're doing is feeding it carbohydrates. They're not, which is basically spending a whole lot of money on infrastructure. Well, it's not things that develop a nation. It's people. You have to develop the people itself. That's why you have to invest in their skills, i.e. through education and things like that, so they can produce more. And things like the interest rate as well, where they squeeze out the private sector with the bonds they issue, rather than, and that's why you can't borrow money from the bank, no matter how smart you are to start a business. And that's one of the things other economies have. For instance, they built this economy to favor foreigners. You can be Lebanese or European, you get a low interest loan from your country and just come and dominate this market, squeezing out local indigenous entrepreneurs, which is not good because that profit eventually goes there, creates employment there, and makes the economy stronger. So we need to all get, I wish there was enough time to break this down, conscious about these things that need to be done to make our own economy stronger.
Excellent. Let's talk. Hello? Hello?
Hello, Cecile. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from? And my
this
guest.
Is Godwin from Water.
Yes, my
Your
guest.
guest. Afternoon to your guest.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is Godwin from Water.
Okay, go ahead.
Cecile,
Yes.
I'm very happy to some of our callers, as they are now supporting coalition, because in the morning time I was so pissed off. Cecile, if they like, let us go and bring Obama from America to come to this Nigeria here to come and to come and contest. He will never win because of the structure on ground. He will never win. It's okay. You see the way Nigeria, the way this government, it's no way that
what's going on with your line, Chai? Hello? The line's breaking badly.
Hello?
Yes, go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
So look at the case of Natasha. See the way they frustrate her. Even though that she is very strong and the kind of intelligence that she is, I don't think that she'll be able to make it. Hello, can you hear me?
I can. Go ahead.
So Natasha case, we look at it now. Now look at the Labour Party candidate that we voted for. That some of them make it to House of Assembly. Where are they now? They come. So you can see what is going on in this government. There's nobody that will be able to survive. There's no politician that is corrupt free that will be able to survive in this government. Okay, some people here are talking about some characters in ADC. We don't need somebody to come and tell us that there is. I mean, it is that there is a fish in Gesha, or what will I say? Or there is a water in the bridge.
Yeah.
So what I'm just trying to say is that let us just wait and see this coalition. Let us see who they are going to present.
Okay.
Then we the people, we will now give them what we want. They can, even though if Peter Obi, even though he wanted to do 1 term or maybe 2 years there, we make sure that he look into electoral reform. Then we ask him what is he going to do about this subsidy. Is he going to say subsidy is gone, or is he going to bring it back? How is he going to fight for it? Then we now talk about this ban A, ban B that we spend so much. They put me in ban A. And right now, as I'm talking to you, I don't have light. And the kind of money that I'm paying on ban A, it's something else. So, and still, there is a lot of money that this government is getting from subsidy. Where are they taking this money to? Where is this money to? Is now taking this money and giving it to the government. They are eating fat, and they are still collecting loans from other countries.
Thank you.
And we are sitting down here. There's no way that we can survive. There's no way a cent will come into this government. They come into this country and say they want to contest that we will win. It will not win.
Thank you.
So let us join hands together and push, and let us see what ADC is going to bring up. Let us ask him some questions and see what we give him our agenda and see what he's going to bring out in the next 1 year. We know when once, even though that person has to stay for 3 years. Yeah, even though that person has to stay for 3 years, as long as he give us a better electoral reform, then we can now bring in our own people, somebody that we know that we from abroad, that we have some best hand. We can now bring him into this country. Then we vote for it. By then, the power is already in our own hand. It's no more in the politician.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. God bless you. I'll let you explain and flesh out your ideas. Shegun, it's interesting what he said, because I think the long and short of what he's saying is, given the current structure that we have, if you like, bring Angel Gabriel, he's not going to succeed, because he's got to face and actually govern within a structure that's already decayed, deceased, etc., etc. Right. He's saying that whoever comes in should focus on reforming this current structure and getting us ready for when the right person, or getting the place ready for the right person to then come in, which I think might be where the constitutional reform comes in. And I'd like you to talk about that. Before that, let me answer this call. Hello. Yes.
Good afternoon, Sishogi.
Good afternoon, sir. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Pete Obonilo from Shangotedo. However, I've been listening to your guests and all the issues on coalition. It's my personal observation and my personal opinion. For me, I do not believe in this coalition that it will come to effect. Why? Because, and I do not trust Peter Obi. He said it's...
Your line has gone. Peter Obi. Was Peter Obi inside your phone? You said something about the Peter Obi, the Peter Obiers, because they're no longer obedient, are they? They're now called something else. We haven't given them a moniker yet, so let's call them the Peter Obians. I've cut off your line. Let's see if that's you calling back. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
They have cut him off. Okay, good afternoon, my love. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Dolapo. I'm calling you from Lekki.
Go ahead, Dolapo.
Okay, Sisioge, there's one question I want to ask. These people forming coalition in this country, please, what are they coming to this to the government to do differently, apart from what the people in the government are doing right now? Because most of them are in the government before now. They were in the government before now. So what did they do when they were there? What are they coming to do differently now that they have not done before?
So what's the alternative?
Do you think
what's the alternative? You don't like the coalition? I don't know. I haven't said whether I like it, whether I don't like it. I'm just asking.
I don't see what they are coming to.
What's the alternative?
All of them are just struggling for power. They are just struggling for power.
My brother, what is the alternative? If you can do that.
The alternative is this: the present government. What are they doing that we don't like? Let's just fight for it now. Let's fight for it and face it squarely.
Okay.
Not that
enough.
We'll be saying this one will come, this one, yes.
I get what you're saying. What you are doing, you are reminding us not to get into that trap of anybody but, because we did it during GEJ. We did anybody but GEJ. We got Buhari. Then we hated Buhari. Then we did anybody but Buhari. Then we got Tinubu. Now we're saying anybody but Tinubu, Abi. You're saying focus on the issues, fight for the issues, fight for those issues to change instead of looking for a new messiah.
Thank you very much.
God bless you. I do listen. God bless you.
Actually,
go ahead.
What he
Hold
just
on.
said.
Yeah,
I think
let me just cut him off. Go ahead.
It's a good point too. Sometimes you have to, a bird in hand is worth more than two in the bush.
So they tell us.
And so there are particular things that this government has done that I want to point out that should actually be commended and but made better. And there are three of them, and I'll run through them quick. The first is their education funding.
Right,
this one where
Snell
they provide,
Fund.
Correct. It's a fantastic program, and it can transform education. The problem I have with this government is they do things in token gestures. It's not enough. Let me explain why. If you actually put enough funds, even if you just take the amount of funds you put for the Lagos-Calabar Road and put it in that fund alone, what you then do is you now allow universities to transform their own professors. They can hire the best professors from
Across
the
the
world,
world.
especially in STEM classes and AI. They will raise their tuition because they know the students can pay it. And that would transform our education and help us catch up. So that's one. The second one is, and like I said, a state like Enugu is doing great things in education. The second one is the consumer credit initiative they have. That's another fantastic program that can really stimulate the economy. But they don't seem to have a comprehensive understanding of what they're doing. You can't have consumer credit if your legal system does not work. You need a judicial system that can deliver a judgment between 6 to 9 months. Absolutely. For that consumer credit thing to give the funders, the banks, the security they need, they can go against delinquent borrowers. And the third one is this tractor program they did for agriculture, another fantastic program, but the numbers are small. And then there's no local production of the tractors, which in itself creates a virtuous circle that benefits employment and the local economy. Again, Enugu State is doing a great job on the same tractor thing. Their numbers are even bigger than that of the federal, which you can ask, like, is it just misallocation of resources? But yeah, the caller made a good point. We should double down on some of the good things while we're still trying to get the best
and
candidates.
demand for a change
Correct.
on the bad
Improvement
things.
on those things.
Yes,
Correct.
exactly. Excellent. What have I got? Let me answer your call. Hello.
Yeah, Cecil, I'm back again. Peter from Shangote.
Go ahead, Peter.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah, as I said, I do not really trust on this coalition. And as I said, Peter will be telling us that a single term of 4 years. And as I don't trust him again. You understand? Because these are people that have been in government, and the same things, they will come will tell us the same thing, and it's the same thing rolling about. You understand? So I don't know. I'm looking at a vibrant young Nigerian, you understand, beginning to take part, but will this come into existence? Fine, we are not getting, APC is not delivering the demo, what they promised us. I feel that they just grab the power, not knowing how to go about it as compared to the way PDP, we fought PDP out, and today we are reaping the deficiency, the dividend of what is not favoring us. For me, the coalition or no coalition, let us see what comes out of it, but I do not trust the coalition. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Interesting. I have a message here from, who is it? Ude. Ude said, Sisioge, Peter Obi is a straight voice vote against Bola Tinubu. Thank you. I'm trying to figure, what does that mean? Voice vote against Tinubu. Do you understand that? I don't understand. You have to write me back, Ude. I don't understand what you mean. Let's talk. Hello.
Hello, Sisogo. Good afternoon, man.
Good afternoon, sir. What's your name? Where you calling from?
My name is Ndubisi, calling from Ojota area now. My sister, I'm a Nigerian, and I have rights as a Nigerian. All Nigerians, we have equal rights. Nobody special than another. Both from the south, the west, the north, all of us, we are one. And we have equal rights in this country.
Yeah.
Now, President Tinubu is just 2 years. Everybody is shouting, crying. Buhari was in that seat for 8 years, doing nothing, borrowing money, going anywhere from Lagos to Niger, buying motor to Niger government. Nigerians do not die, heaven do not fall. This is the 2 years for Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The world want to fall, Nigeria want to collapse. You see this globality and what they are then saying. If they do not put person like Peter B, Shawara, or Shobanda in front seat, they are not going anywhere. They allow Tinubu to do in 8 years. He is turn by turn. Let Tinubu finish his 8 years. Anywhere he remains Nigeria, we cannot sit around table and discuss how to live in Nigeria. Let the Northerners come down. Erofai, Pepaso, all of them should come down. When Buhari was there, they did not shout, we did not follow Buhari to 8 years. Wait my 8 years. I do not achieve anything in Buhari for 8 years. Now Tinubu is just 2 years. They are shouting, running up and down. Tinubu will finish his 8 years. We will not sit down and discuss how to live in this country. Thank you. May God bless Nigeria.
Okay.
Thank you.
There you go. anything to say? Well, I don't know what to say to that.
The thing I find interesting about this that I don't think we focus on enough is that no matter who the candidate is, they always have their support base. And like I said, whether you're for this side or that side, you're all Nigerians. Let's find the common things we agree on and work on that. We spend so much energy and effort on the divide and not enough on actually making progress on those things that we agree on. And I really wish at least there's enough time spent on that from across all the divides.
Indeed, I wish there was. What have I got? I've got a message. No, I don't. Do I? Before you say I didn't read out your message. Nigerians are tired of Tinubu and his APC. And his APC, and so the coalition must work and take over the government. It is very necessary. That's from Comrade Ranta from Amuwo Odofin. Right, I have a call coming in. I'm going to answer this. You need to be able to do it in 1 minute. Hello.
Hello, Sisi Oge.
Yes.
Good
ahead.
Afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Collation or no collation, that collation is dead on arrival. Normally, I'm not a fan of Tinubu. I did not vote for Tinubu 2023. I voted for Peter Obi. But when I sat down, see what Tinubu is doing, I give kudos. I gave kudos to that man. Let Tinubu complete his time. I'm quite sure by the time he completes, he's about to complete 4 years. Nigeria will be better than this.
Thank you.
That coalition is dead on arrival. Those people that gang up, that wanted to form coalition, what have they done for this country before?
Thank you. Okay.
They did nothing, practically nothing.
Okay.
What are they coming to do?
I need you
that is different from what they have done before.
Thank you very much. I have to go. Right, Shegun, you got 30 seconds to close.
Well, the last thing I want to add to that is if the government can have its economic policy focused on full employment to guide its every utterance and policy guidance, I don't think there's enough done on that. There's just not enough. There's different things we can do. Open up mines to the people to mine for gold. So many ideas out there for full employment, but if that's a fulcrum of the economic policy, I think we'll get to a good place.
That's Shegun Ayo Adebanjo. He's been on Danfo Conversations. Right now, I need you to stop whatever you're doing. On this show, on this Danfo, I would like to say 1 minute, all of us, 1 minute silence for Peter Rufai, aka Dodo Mayana, and for Diogo Jota of my beloved Liverpool. Both are from my beloved country, Nigeria, and my beloved Liverpool. And may their souls rest in peace, sending condolences to their families. I'll be back at 4. Bye-bye.